Dia, and today's briefing is going to be over the Amazon company, and, some of the major issues as former employer or employee at Amazon. I understand some of these major issues that are engulfing Amazon currently. Some of the major issues while I was employed there and ongoing were some employee dissatisfaction, unionization efforts, increased government scrutiny, potential regulations, slow growth of e-commerce, tight labor market, and underperformance dimension and ramifications of this. Underperformance dimension was people management is what I chose as one of the underperformance that Amazon delivers. And some of the ramifications include pay inconsistencies, firings from faulty software, difficult working conditions, limited upward mobility, stagnant wages, extremely high turnover, intrusive surveillance systems, whether it be camera, whether it be the computer logins, and then some extremely low morale. Some of the consequences of the failure to improve will range from more grave HR problems, fear of retribution, more firings, legal lawsuits, high turnover, employee burnout, stagnant company, increased scrutiny from lawmakers. Organization structure, design, and culture. The organization structure is a vertical hierarchical org structure. Elements of the functional base structure of geographic divisions, America and international, and jobs clearly defined and scaled. Principles and values of conscious capitalism management. Conscious leadership. Currently, people are not inspired to follow the leader of Amazon. People had to beg for individuals to pay attention to their needs. Stakeholder orientation. This company focuses aim on shareholders and customers, forgetting about the employees that make them successful. Higher purpose. I'm not sure riding on your employees back to send you to space is the definition of higher purpose. Conscience culture. Too much turnover at Amazon, and the "you are just another worker" culture persists, which Amazon has no problem hiring and firing, encouraging people to leave. Carter's 8-step change model: create a sense of urgency, build a guiding coalition, form a strategic vision and initiatives, enlist a volunteer army, enable action by removing barriers, generate short-term wins and sustain acceleration, and institute change. Some of the things that I think Amazon should do would be create a sense of urgency. People management is the vital concern, and raising those standards must be Amazon's focus. Building a coalition, Amazon needs to strategize who would fill the ranks of the coalition team to lead the team. When forming a strategic vision initiative, Amazon must deliver a strategic vision that empowers employees and values employees. When enlisting a volunteer army, Amazon should invite or enlist current employees that have conflict in the past to help with ops managers and area managers to better communicate and how to overcome a lot of those obstacles that employees face. Enable action by removing barriers. Amazon leadership must remove barriers that will prevent the volunteer army in achieving their goals. Generate short-term wins. Recognize quick and short-term wins often to help keep teams energized and motivated to keep going. A good way to do this is have a leadership board or recognize a winner's board somehow showcasing the good things that all the employees are doing and all the teams are doing on a monthly or quarterly basis. Energize these folks, show them what they're doing to make a change. Sustain acceleration. Sustainment is often the hardest part to do. To improve the sustained process, there must be a standard process in place in order to continue to improve. So leadership must make this a prime priority once once a strategic vision and initiative is initiated and in place, and then institute change. Amazon must communicate change and seal the deal by making sure to follow and lead with a new strategic vision that complements the successes of their employees. Challenges to the suggestion of changes. So some of the challenges could be lack of buy-in from investors, some of the shareholders. They don't really care. All they care about is making their money and making more money and more money. Lack of trust from employees from past experiences. Lack of relationships from leadership. Fear of change, not knowing what will happen or what kind of retribution or reprisal might be in place if someone comes forward and says, hey, I'm ready to help make a change. Some things that Amazon can do to mitigate some of these challenges is let go of the toxic leadership, revamp the leadership. I, as a former employee there, can attest to the poor leadership from area managers to operations managers, all the way up to the directors of the warehouses. And I can only speak of a warehouse, but from a lot of the stories that I heard, it's more than just a warehouse. Build trust through communication and action. We, as the employees, want to see action and communicate those good efforts to the employees. A lot of trust has to be built, but that trust has to come from the top all the way to the bottom. And improve employee pay. Offer unionized options, something to help employees feel like they're being taken care of, or they have some rights. You want to help these employees not worry about the stigmatism of being fired if they don't meet their daily goal. Some of the lessons learned by researching this is the cut off the limbs that lead a toxic culture. Amazon has a lot of dead weight, or I like to call a lot of limbs on their tree that are dead, and it's time to cut those limbs off. Let it go. A coalition of great leadership to lead this company forward to the future. There's so much that this company can offer, and especially to not only to the customers and shareholders, but to all the employees that work with them. Promote a vision that advances employee quality of life and morale. How do you do this? Well, give employees more break times. Break time is 5 minutes. That's not enough time to use the restroom to get back to your job. Some people are a little older. Some people have to walk. Their age alone makes it hard for them to walk all the way through a warehouse just to go use the restroom. That's not great. Provide better wages for employees. I find that if you're going to pay somebody $15 an hour to work such a backbreaking job, and then you require them to work on their feet, no table to rest, no chairs to sit down on, barely any time, you can't even use your phone to make a phone call, check on your kids, the morale is low, no quality of life improvements, you're going to have to pay me more. Get rid of the micromanagement, performance software technology. Working with Amazon personally, this was one of my pet peeves, or one of the things that really stuck out to me. Was having a computer micromanage me rather than having a supervisor or a manager recognize my performance. Things happen in a warehouse. Things happen on an assembly line or a package line. that a micromanaged performance software technology tool can't uncover. Some of the tangible efforts cannot uncover. So if I spend 5 minutes on a 2-minute project, it doesn't say what I did wrong, or it doesn't take it doesn't record some of the things that happened while I was trying to perform that sort of task. So another thing, lastly, would be unionize to protect employee rights. I really truly believe that with the company the size as it is, and the amount of work that these employees are doing, I really truly believe that employees need to be protected, need to have some rights, because right now there is no rights. If you really want to truly improve the company and make a huge change, start by doing that, and only time will tell if this is something that's successful. So that's all I have. Thank you very much.